phosphorus mobilizers and solubilizers. Mobilizers also maintaining balance throughout the area. So this is mobilizers and solubilizers. Observe the flow chart of different biofertilizers which is given in table 7. According to that, what do you find from the flow chart? So observe the flow chart and according to flow chart, so what is your opinion? How different types of organisms are helpful to increasing fertility? Fertility means fertilizer. What is the important nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium? By using this microorganisms, so soil fertility increasing according to nitrogen percentage and phosphorus percentage. How much bacteria we are using? If you want to get a lot of nitrogen, how much bacteria we have to use? What are the major nutrients synthesized by this? By microorganisms, so what are the important nutrients we are synthesizing? Synthesizing means preparing, making, తయారు చేయడం, సంశ్లేషించడం. What are the major nutrients? Nitrogen and phosphorus. And what about remaining potassium? By using these microorganisms, we are increasing fertility like to nitrogen and phosphorus. But what about another one? Potassium. So in this way, so some quantity of potassium there in the soil. So by using these nutrients, so it can increase. So whenever it is maintained equal balance nutrients percent in the soil, then automatically food production is increasing. Biofertilizers are useful to maintain soil health and productivity. So what is the use of biofertilizers? There are different types of fertilizers. We are using green manure, next vermicompost, organic farming. So this is organic farming, which is organic fertilizers. What is the use? We can save soil productivity. We can save soil fertility power. If we cultivate continuously, there is no chance to convert it to bare land, reluctant land. That's why this is a very important of using biofertilizers to increase in productivity and save the soil fertility. So these do not have nutrients in them like organic manures. They synthesize nutrients from environment and soil. So how they are preparing? By using these waste materials from the organisms, there is no nutrients in the waste materials of organisms. When we are adding in the soil, automatically soil is preparing these nutrients by using these waste materials which is locating in the soil. So depending on the soil only it is preparing. It means some quantity, small quantity of nutrients are there in the soil and a small quantity of nutrients in the organic form, organic materials, organic waste. So whenever both are mixed and increasing fertility. So that is the way. Totally, if you use a lot of waste materials which is produced from organism, it is not totally converted to nutrients. Only small quantity of nutrients we are getting by using this. They synthesize nutrients from environment and soil. These are also called farmers friendly fertilizers. So this is which we are getting naturally organic waste. This soil is preparing. So that's why it is called eco-friendly. So they are friendly of ecology, ecosystem, environment. It is protecting the environment by using these waste materials. By using this organic farming, we are protecting our nature. That's why these biofertilizers are called eco-friendly fertilizers. Okay, by using these biofertilizers, so there is no collapse of nature. If you use chemical fertilizers, so it is collapsing the nature. Okay. So this is the importance of the biofertilizers. Now next we are going to discuss chemical fertilizers. Chemical fertilizers means fertilizers which are used which are prepared by using chemicals. Artificial fertilizers. You may have hard names like urea, NPK and superphosphate. These are chemical nutrients. These are partially or completely synthetic in origin. Synthesized origin. So, origin means one. In preparing artificially we are using raw materials. Artificial raw materials we are using. నో న్యాచురల్, అంటే ఇవి పుట్టడమే ఆర్టిఫిషియల్ కెమికల్స్ ద్వారా పుట్టినాయి. ఎనివి యూరియా, ఎన్పికే అండ్ సూపర్ ఫాస్ఫేట్. Percentage. We have already seen that plants get many of their nutrients from the soil. Already you know, maximum percent of nutrients plants are getting from soil only. Maximum. So some type of plants which are there to legume family, they are trapping nitrogen from the weather and converting to nitrates. So remaining maximum plants, they are absorbing nutrients from the soil only. Okay. The quantity of nutrients in the soil decreases if plant continues to absorb them. So if continuously we are growing one type of crop, continuously they are absorbing nutrients from the soil. If these plants are continuously absorbing the nutrients from the soil, after some years there is no nutrients. The soil is converted to lack of nutrients. What will happen? How can we get? So what about our next generations? If we continuously use the nutrients from the soil, what will happen? We have also seen some ways in which soils replace their nutrients content. There is another way. One other way in which soils can receive nutrients by adding chemical fertilizers. So some areas we are observing by using chemical fertilizers, soil automatically replenished. So how much nutrients are absorbed by plants? So small quantity of that much nutrients replenished by the soil. So synthesizing by the soil. Only some areas. Some areas they are not synthesizing automatically, so it is converted to electric land or bare land. There is one other way in which soils can receive nutrients by adding chemical fertilizers. So another way is soil which they don't have any nutrients in the soil, they are receiving by adding chemical fertilizers. Not totally. If they have small quantity of nutrients in the soil, so remaining much nutrients are absorbing from the chemicals. Okay. The percentage of nutrients differ in various chemical fertilizers. Percentage of nutrients: nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus. These three different types of nutrients they need. So these three different types of nutrients, we are getting different percentage of different chemicals, different chemical fertilizers. For example, so farmers who use chemical fertilizers first checks quantity, the type of nutrients he gets from that fertilizer before applying it in field. Before going to purchase the fertilizer, farmers they have to check. So for example, they are purchasing means buying urea. What is the percentage of nitrogen? What is the percentage of potassium? What is the percentage of phosphorus? So before going to purchase, we have to observe this. Percentage of nutrients in different chemical fertilizers. What is the percentage? So chemical fertilizers names urea, superphosphate, ammonium sulfate, potassium nitrate. So these both given in the table. So according to these, how to observe what is the percentage of different nutrients according to different chemical fertilizers. First urea. How much percentage? 46%. There is no potassium, there is no any phosphorus. By using urea, just we are getting only nitrogen. What about remaining? Next, superphosphate. So superphosphate chemical fertilizers, if you use, there is no nil nitrogen. Just we are getting 8 to 9% of phosphorus. Potassium is 0. Next, ammonium sulfate. Only we are getting 21% of nitrogen. So remaining nil. Potassium nitrate. Already you know what type of chemical fertilizers we are using in our field. Nitrogen percentage 13, potassium 44. We have nil phosphorus. Okay. So according to this, take white paper. If you use 50 kg of urea, immediately you should do this activity and show me the